and I got engaged on April 12th, the week before Easter. So basically, Pete had told me that his mom wanted to have an early Easter dinner with us, and we needed to look nice. We needed to be on time. We were going to do like a little staycation for the weekend up in Dana Point for the weekend and spend time with, his family. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that sounds very logical to me. A couple weeks prior to that, we went up to Orange County for a posing seminar, and Pete was telling me that his mom was kind of mad at us for not visiting her after the posing seminar. So he was saying that Easter dinner was really important. With our plans to go up there, Pete was telling me that I need to get a new dress. I need to make sure that I look really nice and that we had to be there on time. And I'm like, okay, no worries. I'll just, pull out one of my dresses in the closet. And he's like, no, you need to go shopping with Giselle because none of the dresses in your closet look very good for Easter. And I'm like, okay. So we end up going to the Fashion Valley Mall and finding this dress. And at first when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's okay. But I saw it on the rack or on the mannequin. And I'm like, oh, it's actually pretty cute. And she's like, it has butterflies on it. You should get it. And I was like, how'd you know about butterflies? Little tangent. Butterflies have always meant so much to me throughout my journey because they're a symbol of evolution, change, metamorphosis, and I feel like that's kind of symbolic to my life. So I buy the dress, bring it home, and I'm like, Pete, like, this is a really pretty dress. Do you like it? And he's like, oh my God, I love it. And I'm like, Giselle said I should get it because it had butterflies on it. Did you tell her about the butterflies? And he's like, oh yeah, I must have told her at some point. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I broke my nail. And then, I wasn't planning on showing up to Easter dinner with a broken nail. Of course, it's on my left finger or my left hand, right? And Pete and Giselle are like, you have to get your nail fixed. You can't show up with an ugly nail to see Pete's mom. And I'm like, okay, guys, like, I'm gonna get it fixed. Like, I'm going tonight. So I get my nail fixed, and I'm like, okay, whatever. They're not doing anything. Like, they're just really want to make sure Easter dinner goes well. So many signs. Anyway, Saturday, we get to the hotel on our way to the restaurant. Or we get to the hotel, we get ready, and we go to the restaurant. And it's up this hill, and Pete passes the turn, I guess, to where the restaurant is. And apparently my family was like standing out there, and I didn't even notice. So we pass it and then come back, and then everybody's gone. But we get out and we're at this park, and he's like, oh, the restaurant's right behind the park. And I'm like, okay. we walk out, and there's this like gazebo thing with these candles and cherry blossoms across the top, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Someone must have gotten engaged. We walk closer to the thing, and he's like, oh, look at all the look at the ocean over here, but don't pay attention to the homeless person on the bench. And I'm like, what? And I look, and Giselle's over there. She's wearing her black hoodie, and she's hiding with her camera, and I'm like, what's going on? And then he brings me over to like the ocean and the ledge. And then I don't remember anything he said. God bless Pete, but I was like such in shock. And then he turns me around, and then my family's there. My sister, my dad, his mom, and his sisters are there. And then he gets down on one knee and asks me to marry him. And I said yes. Yes. So that is what happened Saturday. I was in such shock the entire time. Like, it's officially been a week since the proposal, and I'm like, oh my God, did that really happen? Like, I wish I could relive that moment just to like make sure that I know that like that really happened, because I was just in like this the whole time. I'm so blessed. I'm so excited to spend the rest of my life with him. I like never had any doubt that like Pete was my person, but I never thought that I would ever get married again, or even engaged again. Like, that's why, like, it was just, I didn't see it coming at all. Like, we had talked about, like getting married eventually, but like to actually do it, like I just couldn't like bring myself to like think that I would ever get engaged or married again. And it's honestly just what I needed like before this really hard push of prep, because I was able to see my family, spend some time with them, and go shopping with Giselle, get my nail fixed. I'm gonna get my nail fixed again, don't worry. But yeah, it was just like a nice little like happy moment before, you know, the suffering really starts. Good morning, guys. We are on our way over to the Wolfpak headquarters. We are going to a posing seminar hosted by Musclecontest and Wolfpak. Super excited because I'm going to be teaching part of it today. And yeah, we're on our way there. We should get there in about 41 minutes exactly. And there's going to be a lot of people out there today. About, what, 400 people? Yeah. So in today's attendance, there's going to be a lot of legends. So I know that, obviously, my man, IFBB Pro Pete Ciccone is going to be there. Tamer El Gindi, Sean Ray, Chris Cormier, Wendy Fortino, Oksana Grishana, Jessica Wilson is going to be there teaching as well. And the first Fit Model Pro Card winner. Really excited to be there. I am a little nervous, to be honest with you guys. Sandy Williamson is going to be there as well. And the last time she saw me at this seminar, at this very place, was in July before USA's. And I got an amazing response from her. So I'm hoping that I can pose for her again today, maybe. If not, no worries. But I'm just really excited to be in everybody's presence today and just really soak in all of the knowledge and experience that all of these amazing athletes have from this sport, and to be around other like-minded individuals that just want to learn, grow, and share.
You can pretty much teach any of those, right? Yeah, she's like, yeah. So you're like a chameleon on posing, like whatever. So just like jump in on whoever needs anything. But
Okay.
I think I'm actually probably gonna need the most help with wellness.
Okay.
Because I don't have.
Okay. Yeah.
So next year I will have a wellness pro here, right?
That's the plan. That's the plan. Yes. That's me. That's Devin. That's me. Hi guys. So we are here at the Wolfpak headquarters. The event doesn't start for another hour, but we've been saying hi to everybody from the Musclecontest family. Super excited to be here and sharing the sport with everyone. Let's go this way. So this is where we're going to be posing later after the presentation.
The most important thing you can learn is that posing is an art form, a true art form. The art of showing your attributes and hiding your flaws. Even the most decorated bodybuilders in the world have flaws, multiple flaws. And they have attributes. The difference is because they're professionals, they recognize their attributes and they know exactly where their flaws are.
But you're here, you've got, like Tamer said, you have so many great athletes up here that'll help when we break out the sessions. But posing is where it's at. It's how you're going to show your best physique to the judges.
First timers? Okay, you already have some experience. such a household
I'm like following
name
you. I'm like following on you
in the sport. And when I worked with her for the first time for our posing session, she just took me to a whole nother level of life and athleticism. Yeah, I thought I knew a lot about posing, and then you just dug deeper in me, and I was like, wow, I didn't know I could really go there. So,
well, you're like a natural. I mean, when I first saw you walk out, it was you were just already so naturally gifted at your ability to pose, your ability to transition, your ability to move, and so you're like the perfect candidate for somebody that I like to coach, because with just a couple fine-tuning details, it was so easy to elevate your posing because you already had the foundation and the natural gift for it. And that's something that not everybody has, you know? I mean, there's some things that you do with your posing that can't be taught, you know? And when you take someone that's really talented and has that natural knack, and you sprinkle in just a little bit of extra flavor, it takes it to a whole other level. I really enjoy working with you.
Oh,
seriously.
thank you.
Back when I got my pro card, they were giving a pro card to the winner of every class, but there weren't as many opportunities to get your pro card. So I remember I won the overall in my first 4 contests. I didn't even go to nationals until I won 3 overalls already.
Wow.
And then I went and I thought, oh, I'm gonna get my pro card so easy. This is gonna be so easy. And I got smoked. I got 6th or 7th place. And it wasn't a very big class. So I remember thinking, oh my gosh, what the heck? I don't think and it's crazy because even after that, you get tested because when you I guess I wouldn't call it failing, but when you fall that first time, that's when you really start. That's when it begins, because that's when you're building your character. That's when you're building your resilience. And that was when you really realize, are you somebody that is able to get out of the mud and see the other side of it?
Yeah.
And that's where you prove yourself. And when you prove it to yourself once, then you know you can do it again and again and again. I think it was my 5th national contest at the USA 2011, and that's why I won the overall. And that was my journey. And you know what? It's that 4th show that I did, I almost stopped because I remember I got 4th place. It was Team Universe when it was Team Universe. And I almost just stopped because I'm like, you know what? This just isn't meant for me. And 3 weeks later was the USA. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it one more time. And that next door is that's the thing. That's the crazy thing is it's the next one that you don't think it's going to be. And then the door opens and there you go.
Okay, so my first question for you is, what is the biggest piece of advice that you would give to me as a national competitor in wellness, having my first run last year, taking 4th place, and now going into the USAs for a 2nd time?
First of all, obviously we talked, earlier about taking that feedback. You know what I mean? And obviously since last year, you've worked on that. You know what I mean? Whatever the feedback is, and just really, it's all about getting your body the best that you can do, because you never know. That placement's not what matters, because you can be with a couple athletes that maybe don't have very good quality, and then. And so you do okay, but then you could be with a lot of girls that have great quality and you don't do as well. And so right away it's, oh, I placed 2nd here, but then I placed 4th here. But it's not about that. It's about how you look. If you get on stage and this year, if you get on stage this year and you're better than you were last year, then you're a winner because you've made the changes.
Right.
You don't know who's going to show, you know what I mean? You have no control over that. So that's the biggest thing I tell people all the time. As long as you know you're beating yourself, that's what this sport is all about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is one of the best wellness competitors you've ever judged, and why did they stand out to you?
Oh, well, obviously Francielle. I mean, just, physique-wise and stuff. I mean, she's just such a great athlete, and also too, finding out afterwards that she's a mother on top of it. But also too, Isa is another one. She's Nunes. I've done a couple seminars with her. She's such an athlete to give back, to be an ambassador for the sport. So I really think between those two, wellness is in good hands. You know what I mean? Yes.
right, guys, so we are officially 14 weeks out now. Today is my first physique check-in with you guys. I'm a little nervous, a little anxious. I haven't seen myself in a suit since the end of my last prep. But yeah, this is the raw, real deal. And what I'm looking like 14 weeks out, I can already see that we've made like some amazing changes already. I'm not totally confident in the suit until like my belly fat comes down. But you know what? I don't hate it, which is a good thing. Coach Pete is going to take a look at me, see if we need to do any changes to the program for this week, and we'll see and we'll go from there.
All right, beautiful. Nice. 14 weeks out. We worked on a much rounder, fuller package this year. Nice. Beautiful quad shape. Glutes. And the thing about her physique is she doesn't hold a lot of body fat in the lower half, so she's going to retain a lot of that size and shape. So upper body will shrink down as the overall body fat levels shrink down. The curve is going to become more exaggerated. It's going to be fun to watch. Beautiful. Excellent. Belts are popping already. Triceps coming out. Lower body shape is way improved over last year. Fullness in the quad, roundness in the glute especially. We'll see some big changes in the next 3 or 4 weeks. And we'll start slowly dialing it in. Beautiful, just like landing a plane. You don't want to come down too fast. We don't want to come down too slow and miss the mark. Good work.
So we're about to start Savannah's posing session. Savannah is just under 6 weeks out now. She's doing her very first bikini show. We've been working together actually since September 2024. I'm really excited for her. One, because I was Navy and she's active duty Navy. So I'm just super supportive of everything that she's doing right now, especially for her show. And I want to keep her motivation really high just because she is active duty and she's attached to a ship. So her schedule's super crazy. And yeah, just really excited for her, really proud of her progress so far, and can't wait for you guys to see it.
Little swivels.
Let's do hair down today too. Yep, start practicing with the hair. We got 5 weeks now, just under 6.
6.
Yeah. So I started becoming a posing coach 2020 and 2021. That was around the time that I started competing on wellness because I had already turned pro in bikini and won my first wellness show, and then was going into another wellness show that year. Mainly because a lot of girls asked me, you know, how do you do it? And they wanted the technical knowledge behind it. So I started, you know, learning a little bit more by watching girls online, going to posing seminars, and really just turning my personal posing style into a craft and skill that other people could learn.
My experience with Em as my posing coach has honestly been just filled with confidence and just so light and airy. Like, coming to see her during the week is just like a breath of fresh air, and she just makes you feel so good, and she's a great mentor, and I relate to her on another level, especially when it comes to like bodybuilding, because she was also in the Navy and I'm also in the Navy, and you know, it's just, that shit is not for the weak. It is hard, and you have to put up with all the bullshit like throughout the day, and then come here and then still work your ass off. And it's like, you don't get to relax and lay down and go to sleep until it's time to go to sleep. So it's just, I relate to her just on another level, and it's just so just the feeling of not like being alone, and just knowing that and just knowing that like I'm not the only one going through it, like she went through it too. So it's just she's so inspirational, and I love coming here and spending, it was Sundays and then it was Wednesdays, but just spending at least one day a week with her.
I love that. Thank you.
We're crying.
Okay,
I know.
Pose
It's
looks
like
really good.
I'm starting to remember like the smaller things.
Yeah, your shoulders
And the
even like.
I feel like it's kind of getting in the front more.
Yeah.
Now, so.
Yeah. Nice. Yep. Yeah, walk. That's okay.
Gosh, dang it.
That's okay. Yep. Remember, reset, stretch that low back. Let's do it one more time. This will be the final.
Okay.
I love coaching posing because it's an expression of who you are. It's kind of vulnerable, but it's also a showcase of all the hard work, like blood, sweat, and tears that you put into your training up on stage. I think it's the most beautiful thing ever. And I think it's just a really interesting style of coaching because not only is it mechanical with the body, but it's also psychological and it's emotional.
My posing with Emily has been absolutely a game changer. Before I had help with Emily, I was kind of like going at my own, like teaching myself and going off of what I saw off of like Bikini Pros and all that. But once I got with Emily, she helped me dial it down, get my right angles, and just, yeah, overall helped me bring my pro package this next season. So I'm very happy and grateful for Emily. It makes me feel very confident. Like it allows me to bring out my just flow with my body and confidence overall, I guess you can say. Yeah, that's pretty much it with it. It's just confidence. Having a posing coach definitely helps you get the angles that you may not see on yourself. For example, when I'm having to turn my shoulder a lot that Emily's trying to have me fix, when I was doing it on my own beforehand, I wasn't really seeing that. If, in my point of view, it looked straight to me. But from Emily's point of view, I need to be a little more turned, which is helping. So yeah, having another eye is definitely recommended.
Bodybuilding isn't easy. And one of the reasons why it's not easy is because you have to take a hard look in the mirror at your flaws and, you know, be okay or be in a position to flaunt them in a sense or hide them and only show your best attributes. And that comes with a lot of, you know, building of confidence. And how do you build confidence? Well, part of it is proper practice. And that's something that I hold myself to in terms of my coaching standard to always have an effective and efficient practice with my clients so that the way that they can keep progressing to look the best on stage. Awesome. Woo, that was perfect. Loved it. Okay, yep, go ahead and stand over here. We'll do your comparisons. Nice. Katrina, rotate your entire body a little bit to the other way. Yeah, right there. Good. Yep. Nice. And bring the elbows out just a little bit. Good. And face the judges. Yep. Step and step. Turn. Nice. Let me send you your videos. So I won't see you next week because that'll be your show. Do you want to resume after?
Probably, yes.
Okay. Yep. And go. Good. In general, when I work with posing clients, like people always bring different energies, obviously, wherever you go, right? But I feel like in posing, it stood out to me the most because one, most people aren't very coordinated. I was not very coordinated when I first started. And a lot of people have issues with like self-expression because posing is vulnerable. Not only are you putting your body on display in an art form, you're showing your hard work, but it's an expression of who you are. And what I find is that people with no experience tend to have like really high expectations of what they want it to look like. So they end up trying to look like somebody else. But more oftentimes than not, when they try to look like someone else, it looks like they're trying to look like someone else. So it's not authentic. It's not them. Nice. Good. Number one, switch with number three. So one of my biggest pieces of advice whenever I start off with a client or even with myself, you know, is just be you. The most important thing that when you're on stage is to exude confidence, whatever that looks like to you, whether that's being sexy, whether it's being like cute or flirty or whatever. You want to communicate that you are proud of the package that you're presenting on stage. Let them cross the belly button, then back. Yep. Cross the belly button, then back. Yep. Really cross them. Like, yep. Nice. Okay. Yep, let's do it one more time.
First, it's important to have a posing coach, no matter who it is, so long as they're qualified, to maintain accountability throughout prep. So having somebody who's checking in with you and giving you, or expecting from you, feedback and reciprocity keeps you on track and prevents people from hiding from maybe their lack of progress. And so I think for anybody, having a coach is very important. Emily's fabulous because she's such a good role model, because you see her progress in real time with you, and you know that she is also experiencing prep or the off season and is in it and can empathize. And so having somebody that you can relate to, like Emily, has been really wonderful.
Good. Excellent. Okay, I want to superset this one with wide stance sumo squat.
Squat? Okay.
Yep. Awesome. Good.
I'm hitting PRs pretty much every leg day, which is exciting. It's not always just about lifting the heavy weights. It's, you know, really the quality of the contractions and the fatigue that we're putting into the muscles to really make my legs grow. So I'm loving the changes and I'm loving the strength that I'm having lately. And yeah, it's going really well. I think my injuries or I would say, I think the rehab that I've been doing for my injuries is really paying off. I'm performing better than ever in the gym because I am putting that time into my recovery and my rehab. And yeah, I'm just excited to see how everything kind of comes together. A little anxious, but I mean, that's to be expected. We still have a good amount of time, so it still hasn't like hit me yet, like that I'm on prep super hard. Cardio is still 5 times a week, 30 minutes fasted, still training 5 times a week. And yeah, all my training sessions are really good. All my leg days are pretty much by myself. Sometimes with a training partner on Wednesdays, Dasha, if she's available. And then I train back with Pete once a week and shoulders once a week. And then calves and abs twice a week on my own.
Nice. 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 Nice job. Woo. Good work. Awesome. That's it. Good work. Good. Stretch.
It's like at this point on prep, I'm almost 12 weeks out right now, but we did cut food and we did increase cardio recently. So I am feeling it a little bit today in my strength and just like my brain power. I think that's the hardest part about this process is the more intense and the less food, or more intense the activity is and the less food that you're putting in, your brain doesn't work as optimally. And I have a hard time, like, especially after a hard training day, like doing multiple things at once, even just kind of like talking to you guys right now. I wanted to say this elaborate thing, but it's not coming out right now. But basically it's just, things are hard, words are hard right now. And thank God for Pete and Lil G for helping me, you know, with social media and getting this stuff out and just, you know, helping me stay true to myself, because it can get easy to lose yourself in this process, meaning that you get stuck in just doing the training and the cardio and the dieting and thinking that you're this victim of this whole process, when really, like, you're doing something really great for yourself and you're uplifting all of those around you, and you don't realize that they're supporting you, the people around you are supporting you on your journey too. So yeah.